Covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here today for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. One of our top stories, documents from State Attorney General Tim Griffin, says that he's again rejecting a ballot referendum to overturn the Arkansas LEARNS Act. Now, the act marks one of the largest education reform bills in state history. It raises the minimum teacher salary to $50,000, but has also faced backlash for creating state vouchers for private schools and new guidelines for critical race theory. The referendum aimed to put the issue before Arkansas voters, and this is the second time it has been submitted to the Attorney General. We'll have more information if you'd like to take a look at the timeline of this at 5newsonline.com. And before we get to other news on this Friday, let's get a check of the weather with meteorologist Zach Scott. And Zach, our Friday off to a bit of a cloudy start.
Yeah, we had some wet weather to start the day, and then we got a little bit of a break. We've got isolated afternoon shower chances. Then we're going to watch the chance for some more wet weather rolling in as we go overnight. Showers and thunderstorms developing out in Oklahoma. Going to make another run for Arkansas. We could see a strong storm or two in the area. Can't completely rule it out. A lot of instability building in with the warm, humid air mass that's been in place the last several days. Again, looking at future track radar from the start of our Friday all the way through, we saw the wet weather this morning move off towards the east, little mid-morning lull, and then as we get into the early afternoon hours, early mid-afternoon, a few spotty pop-up isolated downpours will be possible for the River Valley and northwest Arkansas. Again, we'll watch some of those for lightning, heavy rain, some gusty winds, maybe a pocket of hail or two will be possible. And then we'll get another little break, and then as we go mid-late evening, we're really going to start looking out towards the west. Should see thunderstorms firing up across Oklahoma. Those are going to make a run similar to what we saw Thursday night towards Arkansas, and if they can survive the trip, some gusty winds, lightning, heavy rain, and some pockets of hail will be the top right there. Again, looking at your forecast for today, we've got low to upper 80s. Humidity will make it feel more like the low to even mid 90s. We're going to find the muggiest air in the River Valley, and then overnight 60s with another chance of scattered showers.
Thanks so much, Zach. All right, let's get you caught up with some stories you might have missed this past week. The Arkansas Department of Human Resources is working to redetermine people's Medicaid eligibility. With more than 1 million Arkansans benefiting from the program, legal experts call this event unprecedented. 5 News reporter Jose Carranza explains.
Essentially, once the public health emergency was declared, you couldn't lose Medicaid. The only reasons you could lose it were if you moved out of state, if you were incarcerated, if you died, or if you requested it.
With more than 1 million people on Medicaid in Arkansas, the Department of Human Services is redetermining eligibility since the pandemic is winding down.
What we as an agency have to do is redetermine the eligibility of all the folks who stayed on Medicaid during these past 3 years.
Mailing letters to beneficiaries, DHS is acquiring information which is concerning for some.
And this is an unprecedented event, renewing eligibility for all Medicaid beneficiaries in the state. That's never been done before in such a condensed timeline.
Trevor Hawkins with Legal Aid of Arkansas has been helping beneficiaries and says there's a lot of confusion.
A lot of people that's been coming to us directly, they've been saying they never got those requests. And so I worry about how many people have fallen into that bucket. This notice system that they're using, was a contract for $340 million to develop this system. And it's been a mess. We've not really had anyone call us and know exactly what's going on based on the notices.
Hawkins suggests Arkansans make sure their contact information is up to date with the agency. In 1 month of redetermination, Lesnick says DHS has found around 60,000 eligible to stay on the program, but nearly 73,000 are now ineligible. It's concerning for Hawkins, but says there's still something you can do.
You have appeal rights. You can file an appeal. That notice is supposed to tell you how to do so. And the agency is supposed to conduct an administrative hearing and make a decision within 90 days on that appeal.
Covering news where we live, Jose Carranza, 5 News.
So if you're looking for more resources or information, just search this story on our website, 5newsonline.com. And the Walton Arts Center and NWA Pride are pausing its partnership. This comes after the Walton Arts Center denied NWA Pride from hosting a drag show at its center. 5 News reporter Micah Wilson shows us the reason why and where the event will now be held.
For years, NWA Pride filled Dixon Street in Fayetteville.
It is the largest Pride in Arkansas.
More than 30,000 people attended last year's event,
With 5,000 families and kids going through the Walton Arts Center for the Youth Zone programming.
a program that's going to welcome a new home this year, more than half a mile down the road at the Fayetteville Town Center.
It's a little distance between events, but, it's nothing we can't handle.
According to NWA Equality, the Walton Arts Center board made the decision to deny its request to have the event at the center.
While NWA Pride was welcome in their facility, that we would not be allowed to host any type of drag story hour or performances that were geared to kids.
In a statement to 5 News, the Arts Center wrote, quote, "Our decision was made in the interest of safety concerns for performers, patrons, and staff due to the divisive political rhetoric at this time. NWA Equality chose to move all their events from the Walton Arts Center."
I mean, there are always security concerns around Pride. It's always been a thing.
He says safety is top of mind for both NWA Pride and Fayetteville PD.
They want to make sure that our safety and security is a number one priority.
This legislative session, Arkansas lawmakers tried to pass a bill banning drag performances in front of minors. NWA Equality calls the Arts Center's statement hypocritical.
They have hosted multiple Broadway shows and other performances that include drag that kids are totally welcome to go to.
The Walton Arts Center says it does host drag performances. However, it says the problem is the upcoming Youth Zone event specifically is for minors.
Very, very disappointed that, a strong partner and ally of ours for many years has made this decision.
In Fayetteville, covering news where you live, Michael Wilson, 5 News.
Well, last year, a back-to-school festival planned by the Equality crew at the Fayetteville Library was canceled. It came after complaints on social media about the event, including a drag show and LGBTQ resources for teens. Organizers say they canceled the event because of safety concerns. Well, those are some of our top stories on this Friday. Catch up with us again right here for more news anytime. You can find it at 5newsonline.com. I'm Jo Ellison. Have a great weekend.